This is Earl Amin with the 2020 Foresight Podcast, where CEOs of small to global companies share their insights. It is 6 questions in 9 minutes because top CEOs know how to listen and be concise. So let's get to it. First of all, welcome. And in just a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
I'm Joe Frankie the third, and I am a career transition and branding coach. And I've finished about 4 careers in my time frame. Had a full career in the military as a project manager, as a knowledge transfer guy, and now this is kind of my passion.
Awesome. Well, what's the best thing about being the CEO of your company?
Well, the best thing about being the CEO is you can look in the mirror and you know exactly who's responsible for everything that happened or failed to happen. And if something's going wrong, look in that mirror. It's you. If something's going right, you better be out on the floor patting somebody on the back because it takes a team to get you across the finish line.
Yes, very good, very good. Well, I've heard from many CEOs over my career who say that leading their team and being able to see the road ahead can sometimes be challenging. What are your thoughts on that?
It is one of the toughest things that any leader has to do is look forward, especially if you're the chief executive of an organization.
Mhm.
So I think you have to be disciplined and look at many sources of information. You the reason that you're in charge of an organization is you've demonstrated success. So you have to coalesce where you think the future lies for what you're doing for your particular company.
Mhm.
And it's not easy. It's
Right.
kind of lonely there
Yeah.
as well. You just have your other CEOs to kind of talk to and
Mhm.
bounce things off of and that type of thing. But I think that is probably the toughest thing that any chief executive has to do. And I think it's a multifunctional requirement. And I
Sure.
just think you've got to use multiple sources and, just be engaged. Engaged meaning talking to other people and those kind of things,
Mhm.
because you just have to replicate what you were successful with your whole
Sure.
life, because that's what got you to there.
Sure. And now, all of that being said, over the term of your successful career, what piece of insight, specific insight, might you want to share with other CEOs?
I think a chief executive officer is the chief responsibility officer. So
Yeah.
consequently, you have to be out there. I mean, at the end of the day, the CEO is the top marketing man or woman, or the top
Hmm.
person is really the top salesman. If you can't sell your service or your product very easily to another CEO, if somebody just said, "Hey, Joe, what are you into? What's your company doing?" I
Hmm.
mean, you got to be able to do that. And
Hmm.
then in today's world, you have to be able to do that on social media, especially in my view, LinkedIn. And
Hmm.
so your content on LinkedIn, you're in a content war with whoever your competitors are.
Hmm.
And you have to be able to articulate what you as a CEO bring to the table
Right.
and what does your company bring to the table, because that is probably how you're going to get found in the first investigations of, hey, should I use your service, this kind of thing. Who are you, what do you do?
Hmm. Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. Now, again, over your time, you've had a long career. You've been successful, as you've said. You've been through 4 different careers. What other successful CEOs like yourself would you like to give a shout out to and should be on my podcast?
Oh, I think Hank Schrader, he heads up Dream Destinations, and he's another one of those guys that's been through multiple careers and kind of found one that's his passion. And as far as, the travel business, knowing it, know how to do that, I think he'd be an interesting guy to hear from.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Thank you for that. Now, Joe, for the final question, how do you celebrate a win?
It's pretty simple, Earl. I celebrate a win by going to Whataburger.
Ah, okay, that's right. That's a Texas staple. What a
One,
burger.
you can't have them all the day at my
Yeah,
age,
yeah.
but going to Whataburger just brings back memories of my father taking me there as a
Yeah,
kid. So it's kind of a double win. I get
yeah,
to remember the good times with my dad and share a good part of Texas heritage at the same
yeah,
time.
indeed. What's your favorite burger there?
Just the regular Whataburger all the
Okay,
way,
sure.
just like
Yeah,
they make it. That's what I
yeah,
kind of grew up on, and it's hearty.
yeah, it's great. Well, Joe, it's been a pleasure having you on today. Tell me, how can people find you?
They can find me on LinkedIn, Joe Frankie the Third. They can find me on my website at JFIII and that's really for JF the Third. But the only way
Right.
you can say that is with triple I.
Yeah,
And there's plenty of information there. And I also have a business Facebook page at JF3 Associates.
very good. This is Earl Amin with the 2020 Foresight Podcast. For more insights, go to LinkedIn and search for the Gray Owl Company. Joe, thank you so very much.
Earl, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I love this short format.
Thank you very much.